biggest one-day sell-off in the stock market since the global pandemic, all thanks to the biggest tax hike on Americans since the 1950s, aka tariffs. So where does the stock market go from here? I'm Maddie Mills, I'm a news anchor at Yahoo Finance, and I've been talking to investors and my sources on Wall Street all day trying to figure out where the stock market is heading next and what investors are paying attention to. To be honest, the majority of people I spoke with today were surprised we didn't see an even bigger sell-off in the market. To understand where the stock market's going next, you have to understand how we got here. So the stock market is down 11.5% from its prior all-time high in mid-February, and we've seen a lot of selling, building as Trump has talked about tariffs and the lack of clarity for investors about what the tariff policy was going to look like. And yes, we got the list of reciprocal tariffs from the Trump administration, but it's still unclear what exactly that policy is going to actively look like in practice, especially given the fact that these tariffs don't officially take place until April 9th, so we've got about 6 days to see whether or not there are retaliations from countries on this list, or if there are negotiations that lead to deals that make these numbers a little bit lower. The tough news is the investors I talked to say that the market has not accurately priced in just how bad these tariffs are going to be for stocks. That's because of two things. One, investors are clinging to the idea that we will get some negotiations and deal making that'll make these tariffs less bad. And the second thing investors are still clinging to is the idea of tax cuts and extensions of existing tax cuts being a potential lift to the stock market because consumers will have more money to spend and corporations will have bigger tax cuts to prevent their profit margins if those tax cuts go through. That's a huge if for the reconciliation bill that has a long road ahead. Not only do sources tell me we're likely to see more selling in the stock market, they also say that we're not likely to see a lot of dip buying, so it's going to be hard to find areas of the market that are safe right now. What does this mean for you? Well, I had a great source, Liz Ann Saunders, over at Charles Schwab. A lot of you probably have your brokerages through them. She told me this morning that panic selling is not an investment strategy. It's not a strategy to sell when the market is down. Stick to your strategy. If you sell when the market is down, you're just locking in your losses before you have the chance to benefit from a rebound. I had one source tell me today, isn't there some Hippocratic oath to do no harm? Well, this is doing harm. I'm going to keep talking to sources and telling you everything I learned from them so that you can stay as informed as possible about your investments amid a moment of extreme uncertainty. So as always, let me know if you have questions and follow me for more.